On Tuesday of this week, there was a climate hearing in the U.S. House of Representatives where Representative Louie Gohmert, Republican from Texas, asked a member of the U.S. Forest Service if they were able to change the orbit of the moon. Can you change the orbit of the moon? Representative Louie Gohmert, who is widely regarded as one of the dumbest members of Congress, asked the U.S. Forest Service. Here's his exact quote. I understand from what's been testified to, the Forest Service and the Bureau of Land Management, you want very much to work on the issue of climate change. I was informed by the past director of NASA that they found the moon's orbit is changing slightly, and so is the Earth's orbit around the sun. We know there's been significant solar flare activity, and so is there anything that the National Forest Service or BLM can do to change the course of the moon's orbit or the Earth's orbit around the sun? Obviously, that would have profound effects on our climate. So yeah, if y'all at the Bureau of Land Management could just get on that Forest Service, help them out, let's change the moon's orbit a little bit, the Earth's orbit, we'll just do that and problem solved. The problem is we don't really know if Louie Gohmert was being sarcastic, trying to be like, oh, you want to change the climate? Well, then in order to do that, you're going to have to change the orbit of the planet, and you can't do that, so we can't do anything. To me, that seems like the most likely explanation. Like, I don't want to think that Louie Gohmert was literally asking them if they have the power to do this or if they have the authority. Do you need to get permission before you do that? I really, honest to God, hope that is not what happened in that hearing. And I do think it is more of the sarcastic, like, well, you're going to have to change the orbit if you want to change the climate. And to be honest, that's not actually far from reality. There have been times in the past where the Earth's orbit and the moon's orbit have shifted a little bit, but it didn't cause climate change. It was actually, according to scientists, a response to the Earth's climate changing. So climate changes first, and that change results in a change in the orbit of the Earth and the moon, again, according to the scientists, based on what we know. So no, Louie, changing the orbit of the moon is actually not going to fix climate change, but fixing climate change may actually end up changing the orbit of the moon, according to the people who understand this issue far greater than you or I do. But one thing is for certain from this hearing. Louie Gohmert has definitely earned his moniker as the dumbest member of Congress, and according to Rolling Stone, Gohmert even recently admitted that some of his colleagues believe he is the dumbest member of Congress. So if you're at the point where you're openly admitting, like, yeah, some people think I'm the dumbest man here, yeah, that's probably the kind of thing you should keep to yourself. You should also keep to yourself any questions for a government agency on whether they have the ability to change the planet's orbit. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.